sitze jetzt zusammen mit Boris. Er ist Rabbi der größten messianischen Gemeinde in Europa. Wir kennen uns seit 20 Jahren und wir haben schon sehr, sehr starke Zeiten zusammen verbracht. Und ich kenne seine Congregation. Ich war in Kiew zusammen mit meiner Frau so oft. Und ja, ich freue mich, dass du hier bist und dass wir an diesem Tisch hier sitzen können. Und wir haben schon so viele Dinge jetzt berührt. Aber eine wichtige Frage, die bleibt, neben vielen anderen, worüber wir auch noch sprechen werden. Aber die Frage ist, wie kann ich die Ukraine weiter unterstützen? Jetzt sind schon 3 Jahre Krieg. Und man merkt, man gewöhnt sich irgendwo dran. Man hat genug, man will die Bilder nicht mehr sehen. Und ich glaube, in der Ukraine geht es noch viel mehr. Man hat sich daran gewöhnt. Ja, wir haben viele ukrainische Gäste und die Hilfsbereitschaft lässt langsam nach. Und ich glaube, es ist so wichtig für uns jetzt auch als Gemeinde zu wissen, wie können wir in dieser Zeit effektiv die Ukraine unterstützen?
I think it's very important question. Very important question. Reason why many people in Europe, and not only in Europe, in America, in Canada, for example, became tired because of this crazy war. They cannot listen every day bad news from Ukraine. If they became tired because of war in Israel, of course, they became very tired about Ukrainian war. I think interest to Israel war, paradoxical way, supported by anti-Semitic things that happen in Europe and in America, time by time, new anti-Semitic scandal, like Amsterdam pogrom, and this wave of not just anti-Israeli but anti-Semitic revolts in colleges and universities of America. It bring something fresh to mass media about Israel. Yeah. But in Ukraine, it looks everything understandable. In general, it's consensus in Europe and in America, in Canada, Australia, about war in Ukraine. General people understand that it's a terrible aggression of Russia without any provocation from Ukrainian side. People agree with this. And no much discussion about this. No anti-Ukrainian pogroms, no this demonstration. So people, many people, and it's natural, it's not demonic, it's natural. People tired as they don't want to listen. Another thing, very successful Russian propaganda.
Yes.
I will give only one example. I know personally ex-minister of defense, Ukraine. Occasionally he is Jew too, not only president, but secular Jew. Very honest man of values, and he was convicted in corruption. Some conviction were so fantastic. But one conviction was after another. And finally, because many Ukrainian bloggers supported this campaign against him, he decided to write a letter and resign.
Yes.
After he resigned, Americans and British, they made investigation. And official American British result of this investigation. Moscow created more than 2.5 million bots. Just month by month were working against this ex-Minister of Defense of Ukraine, Reznikov. No one conviction was proved. No one, but nobody in Ukraine apologized. Nobody among those influential people in Ukraine, not publicly, somehow said, "Oh yeah, we were victims of Russian propaganda." No. It's just one example. So, Russian propaganda works very effective and very successful in Europe, partly in America, but most successful work of Russian propaganda in Europe. This is the second reason. Third reason, as you mentioned, millions of Ukrainian refugees. And country who receive more than 1 million, Germany. And of course, people began to speak about this. Oh, we did not count. They will stay and they will need our help so long time. Let they go to work, let they go to bring money for themselves and pay taxes. But I know this situation very good in many places of Germany. I'm sorry, German bureaucratic system prevent many Ukrainians who really seriously, sincerely want to work in Germany to begin it.
Absolutely. That's right.
And we can tell some other reasons why situation became really tensive. I think now very important to help people in Germany, to help people in other European countries to know reality. That reality about refugees and reality especially in Ukraine, because in Ukraine now situation is very critical. During last month of this year, Russian troops, they catch more territory of Ukraine than during all previous war. Some of these towns strategically important. Maybe soon they will catch, maybe. I hope no, but I cannot imagine how it could not happen. Very strategic town, Pokrovsk. Before, 150,000 people lived in Pokrovsk. Now it's... And they bombing. Every day they try to bomb absolutely, mostly civilian object and energetic infrastructure of Ukraine. because they proclaimed before, we want people in Ukraine will be frozen. Let they feel freeze. At their TVs, they proclaim it openly. And if they will be even more successful, it can influence whole Europe. And people in Baltic countries understand it very good because they know they will be next. People in Finland understand it very good. People in Poland, of course not all, understand it very good. But all other Europeans probably not have not such understanding.
Aber das ist jetzt die Situation. Wir müssen die Fakten wissen. Das ist so wichtig. Aber jetzt sitze ich hier in Deutschland als Pastor oder in einer Gemeinde. Was würdest du empfehlen? Was kann ich tun? Ich gehe auf meine Knie, ich bete für die Ukraine. Aber was kann ich tun, dass es zielgerichtet ist, effektiv? Gebe ich Finanzen, gebe ich Geld, release ich Hilfsgüter, kümmere ich mich um ukrainische Freunde hier in Deutschland? Was ist da der beste Weg?
First, I'm sorry. It will sound trivial, but first,
Yes.
we need real brethren support in prayer.
Yes.
We need not only believers in Ukraine, not only body of Messiah, but whole Ukraine extremely needs strong intercession of our friends in Germany and in other European countries, of course, in America and Canada, it does it. We need it. We need it. Sometimes when something terrible happened in Ukraine, for example, like Russian ballistic missiles beat children hospital, and the same day hospital for pregnant, it will give like impulse for prayer. But then again, and sometimes we feel ourselves like alone in our spiritual fighting. We need support in spiritual warfare extremely. It's first, it's second, I can say. Then, I think European believers could make pressure for their own governments. First, pressure in prayer, in intercession, and then somehow all legal ways. Why? Because now it's officially recognized and admitted by main people in NATO and in EU that Europe gave Ukraine much less weapon and different kind of real, especially military help than they promised. It's not like 20% less, but it's 100%. The same with America. The same with America. And people in Europe and in America, they even don't know how small military help from their countries to Ukraine. Another thing, I'm sure somehow special people from European countries could help Ukraine in Ukraine. I don't say about soldiers. I say about different kind of experts, different kind of counselors, and this and that. I'm sure, because I know some details from different sides, I'm sure it will be effective. It will be effective. Then, of course, we still need material support. It's real. We need it. People need, for example, Union of Jewish Messianic Congregations in Ukraine. Even during first year of this war, spread thousands of tons of humanitarian aid. And other congregation, churches, unions, denominations, they did the same and more. And last point, because you mentioned Ukrainians who live in Germany and other countries, and especially in Germany, they all need to be received. At least I want to say about believers. Believers from Ukraine, especially evangelical believers, they're friendly people in general. And they want to be together with local believers. Of course, they have different kind of mentality, different culture, but they have the same faith, the same God, the same spirit with you. And I know that they will be incredibly joyful to be received. Like Tos, from the beginning of the war, received more than 60 people from just from Kiev's congregation. And family received, families sacrificed, people sacrificed. It was like Eastern hospitality among real Germans. It was funny. But now still many people from Ukraine feel themselves relatively alone, and they will be very glad to be in some kind of friendly relationship with local believers. And our Messianic congregation in Germany, of course in other countries, they really want to be incorporated in the local body and to do something good and useful not only for them, but for local people.
Absolut. Sie sind ein Segen hier und ich erinnere mich, als die ersten 60 gekommen sind und jetzt sind einige Jahre weitergegangen und Sie sind ein Segen und wir wollen Sie empfangen und vielen Dank, dass du nochmal darauf hinweist. Ich glaube, dass es so wichtig ist, dass wir verstehen, dass Ukraine mehr denn je Gebet und Unterstützung braucht in allen Bereichen. Und vielleicht ist das ein guter Punkt, in dem wir hier nochmal überleiten zum nächsten Podcast. Aber was ich verstanden habe aus dem Gespräch mit Boris ist, dass auch in der Beziehung zur Ukraine, im Gebet zur Ukraine, vieles erschlaffen, vieles erkalten kann. Und das haben wir selber auch bei uns gemerkt. Und das ist nicht gut, sondern ganz im Gegenteil. Ich glaube, dass wir unser Gebet, unser Gebetskampf und unsere Aktivität und das, was wir sind und investieren, wieder neu erwecken müssen in dieser Zeit, gerade in dieser Zeit, in der die Ukraine alleine ist. Gott tut große Werke in der Ukraine aber gleichzeitig braucht es uns, dass wir zusammenstehen. Und das habe ich aus diesem Gespräch verstanden. Und wir werden das nächste Mal noch mal ein bisschen mehr auch darüber sprechen, was das Mandat ist einer messianischen Gemeinde in dieser Zeit. Denn Boris ist es gelungen, aus dieser Not, dass eben viele dann ins Ausland geflohen sind, einen Segen zu machen. Denn an unglaublich vielen Orten hat er Congregations und Gemeinden gegründet und darüber werde ich gleich mit ihm sprechen. Und ich bedanke mich, Boris, für die Zeit und wir machen gleich weiter.